Cluedo is a crime game for 2 to 5 people. The focus is on the villa of the host, Dr. Black. He invited 6 guests to his house, but one of them murdered him. So the aim is to find out which player is Dr. Black's murderer, and what the crime was done with. First, the 6 guests are placed on their starting squares. These are marked in color. The weapons are divided into any room. The evidence cards have a magnifying glass on the back. These are mixed well and placed in a stack at the edge of the game. The remaining Cluedo cards show 3 different categories: weapons, people, rooms. These are also mixed well and placed face down. The top card is drawn from each one so that no one can see it, and these go into the case file. This is the middle square here. This now contains 3 cards that answer the following questions: who committed the crime in which room and with which weapon? The players must now answer these questions as the game progresses. The remaining Cluedo cards are now mixed well and dealt equally to all players. Then each player receives a sheet from the detective's notepad. Now each player secretly looks at their Cluedo cards and marks them on their detective's notepad. This is all done secretly so that the other players cannot see it. The task is to solve the murder case. To do this, you go through the rooms of the villa and express a suspicion as to who could have committed the murder with which weapon in which room. The other players must then show you the suspect card if they have the suspect card. If you think you know the solution to the case, you can file charges once. Then you can look in the case file to see if you are right. If you get it wrong, you are automatically cut out of the game, so you really have to be sure. Now for the game flow, everyone rolls the dice. Highest roller goes first, play then continues left. When it's your turn, you roll the dice. If you roll a magnifying glass, you draw an evidence card, read it through and carry it out. If a Cluedo card is revealed, this is noted on the detective pad and the evidence cards played are put back under the stack of cards. Now you can see your playing piece as many spaces as you rolled. The magnifying glass counts as a 1. If you are already in a room, you can use one of the secret passages instead of moving spaces. These mysteriously lead directly to other rooms. Or you can also stay standing in the room, if you have just been put in this room because of a suspicion. As soon as you are in a room, you express a suspicion. This allows you to use the process of elimination to find out which cards are in the case file. If you are standing in a room, you suspect this room, any person, and a weapon. You have to say this out loud. Now you automatically bring the person you suspect into the same room with you, as well as the suspected weapon. Then you secretly show the player sitting to your left a suspicious card, if he has one of them. If he has several of them, you can choose which one to show. If he doesn't have one, you turn to the next player. And always remember, you have to be in the room you suspect. The cards that the other players show you, or don't show you, allow you to use your detective sheet to make notes and find out what is still in the game, what could be possible and what isn't. As soon as you have been shown a card, or not, your turn is over. And it's the next player's turn. The next player then starts rolling the dice again, and so on. As soon as you think you know who committed the murder and with what in which room, you make an accusation. You don't have to roll the dice for this, and you don't have to be in the room in question. You can only make an accusation when it's your turn. And really important, each player can only make an accusation once per game. So if you're not sure, it's better to wait. Because if you make a false accusation, you're out of the game. When making an accusation, you state very clearly, I accuse person XY of murdering Dr. Black with weapon XY in room XY. Then you secretly look in the case file. Are these exactly the 3 cards in there? If so, then congratulations, you have solved the murder. As proof, of course, you show the players the 3 cards from the case file. But if not, then you made a mistake and the 3 cards are put back into the case file, in such a way that none of the players can see them. Now the person is no longer allowed to move across the game board. You failed. However, you still have to show the other players your own cards as soon as you are suspected. The other players continue playing until someone makes the right accusation. And if no one manages to solve the case, then the murderer has escaped and no one has won the game. If you like this video, please leave a thumb up and feel free to subscribe this channel. Thank you for watching.